Have you ever wondered why Scandinavian homes can look expensive without being filled with expensive things? A big part of the answer is knowing what not to buy in the first place. Instead of constantly adding new objects, many Scandinavian homes focus on fewer useful pieces that work well together, that can make shopping simpler, reduce clutter, and leave more room for the things that actually matter. Some of the items they avoid may seem completely harmless until you realize how quickly they can take over a home. If you enjoy practical Scandinavian home ideas and smarter ways to live with less, subscribe to Habit Archive for more inspiring Nordic habits and lifestyle tips. Scandinavians may save money by avoiding furniture that looks inexpensive and needs replacing every few years. A well-made wooden table or chair can cost more initially, but remain useful much longer. Durable furniture also tends to age more gracefully. Instead of buying the same item repeatedly, one solid piece can stay in the home for years. That reduces waste and keeps the room looking more consistent. Constantly following furniture trends can become an expensive habit. Scandinavian interiors often favor simple shapes that remain attractive when design trends change. A timeless sofa or table can survive many different decorating phases. Smaller accessories can change the feeling of the room instead. This keeps the larger purchases useful for much longer. Good furniture doesn't need to be fashionable every season. Small decorative objects can seem inexpensive until they begin filling every shelf and surface. Scandinavian homes often limit these purchases to a few pieces that genuinely add something. Empty space is allowed to remain visible. This makes the objects that do stay feel more intentional. It also reduces the amount of dusting and rearranging required. A room can feel richer when it displays less, not more. Oversized wall art can dominate a room and make decorating around it surprisingly difficult. Scandinavian homes often lean towards simpler artwork with plenty of breathing room. One large, meaningful piece can work, but buying oversized art simply to fill a wall isn't always necessary. Smaller works can be grouped carefully or left alone. This gives the architecture and natural materials more attention. Empty wall space can be just as beautiful as artwork. Buying storage simply because a basket or box looks attractive can create a strange cycle of organizing things you never needed. Scandinavian homes tend to ask what the storage is actually solving first. If there is nothing useful to store, another container may simply add clutter. Practical storage is chosen according to real household needs. That keeps cabinets and shelves from becoming collections of empty boxes. Storage should solve a problem rather than become another problem. Kitchens can become crowded when every small task has its own specialized gadget. Many Scandinavian homes favor versatile tools that can handle several jobs. A quality knife, pot, or appliance can often replace several niche products. This saves drawer space and makes cooking areas easier to organize. It also reduces the number of gadgets that are rarely used. Practical kitchens tend to focus on what gets used repeatedly. Buying new cushions every time a room feels slightly different can become a surprisingly expensive habit. Scandinavian homes often rely on a small collection of quality textiles instead. A few cushions can be rearranged between rooms or refreshed seasonally. This creates variety without constantly buying more. Neutral, durable fabrics also work across different decorating styles. One good textile can be more useful than several temporary ones. Decorating according to every new trend can make a home feel permanently unfinished. Scandinavian interiors usually depend on a foundation that can survive changing fashions. Neutral furniture and natural materials provide that stable base. Smaller accessories can change without requiring a complete redesign. This keeps the home current without constant shopping. Good style doesn't have to chase every new trend. Disposable decorations can be exciting for one evening, but create clutter long after the celebration ends. Balloons, plastic table decorations, and themed accessories often have very little life beyond the event. Scandinavian homes tend to favor reusable pieces that can serve several occasions. Simple candles, linen textiles, and natural materials can create atmosphere repeatedly. This reduces both waste and repeated spending. A reusable celebration kit can be more useful than a new theme every time. Buying completely new decorations for every season can quietly become a major household expense. Scandinavian homes often rotate a smaller collection instead. A few pieces can move in and out of storage as the year changes. Natural branches, textiles, and candles can create seasonal character without replacing the room. This keeps storage manageable too. Seasonal atmosphere doesn't require seasonal shopping every month. An empty corner doesn't automatically mean the home needs another chair, table, or cabinet. Scandinavian design often allows some spaces to remain intentionally open. Filling every corner can make a room feel crowded. If furniture has no useful purpose, it may simply create another object to clean and maintain. Open space can make good furniture feel more important. Not every empty area needs to be solved. Plastic organizers can solve a problem, but buying many different sizes and styles can create another visual mess. Scandinavian homes often prefer storage that blends into the interior. Wood, woven baskets, and built-in drawers can look more intentional. The goal is to organize belongings without making the storage itself dominate the room. Fewer, better systems are often easier to maintain. Practical organization should disappear into the design. Buying separate appliances for every cooking task can quickly fill cabinets and countertops. Scandinavian kitchens often favor versatile equipment that gets used frequently. If one appliance can perform several jobs, another may not be necessary. This keeps storage easier to manage. It also leaves more counter space for cooking itself. A good kitchen needs useful tools, not every tool available. A decorative clock can be beautiful, but another object isn't always necessary if time is already easy to check. Scandinavian interiors often avoid adding objects that don't solve a real problem. One clock may be useful where it genuinely helps, but buying several simply for decoration can add visual noise. Functional design starts by asking what the object contributes. If the answer is mostly visual, the purchase may not be necessary. Shelving is useful, but flimsy shelves can become another item that needs replacing. Scandinavian homes often favor sturdy storage that can adapt as needs change. Solid wooden shelves can hold books, ceramics, and everyday objects for years. Good shelves can also be moved or repurposed later. This makes them more useful than temporary furniture. The best storage is often the storage you don't need to replace. Buying delicate glasses and decorative objects that rarely get used can create unnecessary storage. Scandinavian homes often favor everyday pieces that are beautiful enough for normal use. Durable ceramics and glass can serve both ordinary meals and special occasions. This reduces the need for separate collections. It also means fewer things are sitting untouched inside cabinets. Good design works best when it gets used. A bedroom doesn't automatically need a nightstand on every side or in every available corner. Extra tables can become places to collect books, chargers, and random objects. Scandinavian interiors often keep only the bedside furniture that serves a real purpose. This creates more visual breathing room. It also makes cleaning around the bed easier. Furniture should support the room rather than simply occupy space. Constantly buying disposable cleaning products can create a recurring expense and extra clutter under the sink. Scandinavian homes often favor washable cloths and reusable tools for everyday cleaning. A few durable supplies can handle many ordinary jobs. They are easier to store and can be used repeatedly. This reduces packaging and unnecessary purchases. Simple cleaning tools are often enough when they are used consistently. Bathrooms can become crowded when every surface gets filled with accessories that aren't used regularly. Scandinavian homes often focus on practical items that make the room easier to clean. Fewer containers and decorations create more open counter space. Everyday products can be grouped neatly inside drawers. The bathroom then feels simpler and more hygienic. A clean surface is often more valuable than another accessory. Buying a new container every time clutter appears can hide the real problem. Sometimes the better solution is owning fewer things. Scandinavian homes often simplify the belongings first and organize what remains. This prevents storage systems from taking over closets and shelves. Fewer possessions mean fewer containers are needed. Good organization starts with what you own, not how many boxes you can buy. Perhaps the biggest thing Scandinavians stop buying is decor that exists only because a space looks empty. Not every wall, shelf, or corner needs something placed inside it. Empty space can make furniture and natural materials feel more intentional. It also gives the eye somewhere to rest. Instead of constantly shopping for another finishing touch, the room can simply remain finished. Sometimes the most sophisticated choice is knowing when nothing else is needed. The most expensive-looking Scandinavian homes are not necessarily the ones that contain the most things. They often feel refined because the owners are selective about what deserves money, space, and attention. Instead of constantly replacing furniture or chasing trends. They can maintain what works and buy less impulsively. That leaves more room for quality materials, useful pieces, and a home that feels comfortable rather than crowded. You don't need to stop buying everything to create that feeling. The real change is learning to pause before every purchase. When you buy less but choose better, your home can become calmer, more useful, and surprisingly beautiful.